Hello and welcome to this episode, where we're going to talk about another physical combat sport that involves kicking and punching. And that sport is kickboxing. The typical steps on the way to becoming a competent kickboxer are learning kickboxing techniques, taking part in amateur kickboxing competitions, joining a competent kickboxing organization, and fighting in competent matches. To compete in kickboxing and train like a pro, abide by these rules. Locate a reputable kickboxing facility or martial arts school with regular training sessions, and get going. It's best to learn from an experienced and knowledgeable trainer who can guide your development and help you reach your full potential. Participate in some amateur kickboxing matches in your area. Participating in these events is a fantastic chance to meet other fighters who share your interests and develop your fighting abilities. Participate in as many amateur kickboxing competitions as possible to hone your abilities and gain experience. Doing so will help you boost your skills and get the credentials you'll need to enter the field with full force. When you're prepared, join a competent kickboxing club. You may need to pass a medical examination and abide by the organization's rules and regulations before competing in their events. To take part in kickboxing competitions at a competent level. To achieve this, you must commit to rigorous training, stick to a healthy diet and lifestyle, and understand all the laws set out by the organization in which you compete. For each fighter, persistence, tenacity, and devotion are essential traits. If you're solely in it for the attention or the huge money, you probably won't last very long because it's a risky business. We all dream of walking into the UFC cage or a glory kickboxing bout, but in order to get there, one must first master the sport's fundamentals. Superstars now compete in front of millions of spectators in enormous, opulent arenas, yet they all began in sports halls. If you are interested in learning more about amateur boxing, but thinking how? Here is how. A few years of consistent training are required before one may compete as an amateur kickboxer. If you don't think you can handle the pressure of fighting in front of an audience, your career might be gone before it ever begins. Regular sparring at your gym should help you determine whether combat sports are right for you. The fundamental distinction between a competent and amateur boxer is that the latter is compensated monetarily for their efforts. It may seem like a dream come true to be paid to do what you like, but going pro does not come without some additional expenses. As there will be more and longer rounds in competent fights, fighters will need to put in more time in the gym to ensure they are in a good physical condition. As an additional need, an aspiring boxer should compete in larger events and could even go worldwide. More and more martial artists, including former kickboxers, are aspiring to careers in competent kickboxing as the sport's popularity has skyrocketed in recent years. Many experts advise having at least 20 victories at the amateur level before making the jump to the professional. Creating a recognizable and valuable brand. If a kickboxer wants to make a living from the sport, they must master the art of capturing the public's attention. People will be more open to your performances and endorsements after they are more familiar with you and your body of work. Getting lots of media coverage, for instance, can help you land speaking engagements and rich sponsorship opportunities. Planning to compete competently in mixed martial arts like kickboxing? If you want to win your match, you need to be able to physically dominate your opponent. Exercise, training, and a healthy diet, on the other hand, are the sources of that power. As a kickboxer, you probably find protein smoothies to be the most satisfying meal option. Kickboxing matches include intense physical activity, requiring a great level of stamina, strength, and power. More and more gyms are starting to offer mixed martial arts classes for newbies, but since the sport blends so many different disciplines, beginners are best served by picking one to concentrate on for the time being. Therefore, mixed martial arts fighters vary from athletes in other combat sports in that they must be proficient in many distinct styles of martial arts. You should have some experience under your belt in a certain fighting style before moving on to mixed martial arts, which is why we wouldn't advise making your first battle in mixed martial arts bout. As a result, you won't have any trouble adjusting to the other aspects of the fighter lifestyle, such as rigorous sparring, abstaining from alcohol, and preparing your mind for battle, if you make the transition to mixed martial arts. Top mixed martial arts fighters and top Thai boxers both spend the same amount of time training and getting ready for a fight. So the difference between them is that the former practices a larger range of combat styles. Kickboxing can be lucrative, but only if you follow the proper steps. Glory and One Championship are merely two of the several kickboxing associations that require their fighters to sign contracts with promises of payment after each fight. Keep in mind that if you want to make a living as a kickboxer, you'll have to put in a lot of time, effort, and focus on your skills. Though difficult and time-consuming at times, this job choice ultimately pays off for those who put in the work. Please subscribe, like, and press the notification icon for our future videos. Thanks and goodbye.